This is The Grip by The Plenteous Life.
You did it. Now what? Cultivating new purpose when the mission is done. Welcome back to The Grip. I'm Becky Henderson, founder and principal coach of The Plenteous Life. Purpose is like energy. It doesn't die. It transforms. Tony Hsieh built Zappos into a $1.2 billion acquisition. He wrote the book on company culture. He had money, freedom, and time. And then he unraveled. After the sale, Hsieh poured himself into increasingly erratic ventures, isolating from the people who knew him, filling every empty hour with noise. Friends watched him spiral. The man who once electrified a workforce with vision and belonging could not find his own in the years preceding his death in 2020 at 46. Andre Agassi dominated tennis for 2 decades. When he retired in 2006, the world expected collapse. It didn't come. Mid-career, he'd already sensed the season shifting and started building the Andre Agassi Foundation for Education. After retirement, he went all in. Today, his foundation has raised over $185 million and opened more than 130 charter schools. 2 icons. Both reached the summit. One filled what's next with wreckage. The other built from it deliberately. The difference was not talent, resources, or luck. Agassi understood something that takes many leaders by surprise. Purpose finishes. And when it does, that's not a crisis. It's a graduation. If you've achieved, finished, or finally let go, this issue is for you. That season is real, and there's a way through it. New purpose. The surprise season. A 2025 study found that 68% of founders experience role engulfment, where identity fuses completely with business metrics. Self-worth tracks with ARR, product milestones, funding rounds. When those metrics shift, the person doesn't just feel disappointed, they feel erased. But the version nobody talks about hits founders who succeed. You achieve the vision. You cross the finish line. And now you're standing in an open field with no race to run. The leadership books don't teach you that purpose has a life cycle. It's born, it matures, it fulfills itself, and then it's done. This is the season between purposes. It's not rare, but nobody talks about it. It's disorienting because it doesn't fit the founder narrative. Founders have language for failure, pivot, iterate, persevere. They have zero language for purpose that completes itself. So they do what they're trained to do. Fill the gap. Panic launch the next company. Say yes to the advisory board that flatters but doesn't feed. Stack the calendar with busy work disguised as strategy. Anything to avoid the stillness where the real question lives. Who am I now? Stop looking for purpose. Most founders treat purpose like a discovery, as if it's a buried artifact waiting to be unearthed, and once you find it, you're set for life. It isn't. That framing is a trap. Purpose can be discovered, but discovery is luck, not strategy. Cultivation is the deliberate act of a founder who knows the gap between purposes isn't a waiting room. It's a workshop. And like any living thing, purpose has a cycle. There will be periods of uncertainty, doubt, even grief, as one purpose ends and the next has yet to come alive in you. Let it be that. The open field is not the problem. It's where your next purpose begins. New purpose starts clumsy and unglamorous. The founder who built a $50 million company will feel like a beginner again. The ideas will feel small. The traction will be slow. That's the tension and awkwardness of new life. Bringing forth purpose is what the living do. It costs something: time, space, presence, and repeated failure in uncharted territory. Rather than avoid it, architect it. This is the way of mastery. Cultivating purpose, a discipline. If you're in this season, or sense it approaching, don't be distracted by empty activity. Here's your practice. The Purpose Audit. For 4 weeks, sit with these questions once a week. Write your answers. Don't act on them yet. 1. What is complete? Name the purpose, mission, or identity that has finished its season. Say it plainly. Building X was my purpose, and that chapter is done. Naming it is the first act of ownership. 2. What is alive? Not what looks impressive or profitable. What genuinely energizes you when nobody is watching? What conversations make you lose track of time? What problems pull your attention without anyone assigning them to you? 3. What am I willing to be a beginner at? New purpose arrives rough, strange, and uncertain. Your willingness to be clumsy with it determines whether it gets to grow. 4. How can I serve? Not obligation, expression. As a creator, your purpose will always include some form of contributing that comes from who you actually are. After 4 weeks of writing, not moving, look for the pattern. The thread that connects your answers will point toward the next season of purpose. Then get in motion. One conversation, one experiment, one offer that comes from what's actually pulling you. Notice the direction of the pull and start building there. Agassi didn't wait until tennis was over to start building. He sensed the season shifting and began creating from it years before retirement forced the question. That's available to you right now. The season between purposes is the most generative territory in a founder's life, if you stop running from it long enough to leverage it. Your last purpose was real, it mattered, and it's done. The next one is yours to create, not stumble into, create. That's the work of those fully alive. Keep creating.
Check out the library of resources we've made for you on this channel and sign up to have additional tools delivered straight to your email box every Thursday. Join us at plenteouslife.com/The Grip. This has been another issue of The Grip. From all of us at The Plenteous Life, may you prosper in every way.